Hello students, in today's class we are going to learn the next new concept in triangles chapter, areas of similar triangles. So far we have learnt what is meant by similarity and when two triangles will become similar, the various criteria which imply the similarity of two triangles. Now we are going to learn about areas of similar triangles. Is there any relationship between two similar triangles based on their areas? That's what we are going to learn today. The theorem says the ratio of the areas of two similar triangles is equal to the square of the ratio of their corresponding sides. I repeat, the ratio of the areas of two similar triangles. If two triangles are similar, then the ratio of their areas is equal to the square of the ratio of their corresponding sides, right? That is, if triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR, then area of ABC divided by area of PQR will be equals to the square of their corresponding sides. AB corresponds to PQ, AB corresponds to PQ, therefore AB by PQ the whole square, which is same as BC by QR the whole square, CA by RP the whole square. We know if two triangles are similar, their corresponding sides will be in proportion. They will have the same ratio, right? So we know that already. What about the area of the similar triangles then? Their ratio will be equal to the square of their corresponding sides. This is what the theorem says. And the proof is omitted in your syllabus 2021, but even then the proof is very simple. It is given in your textbook. If you go through, you can get it. If you don't understand, ask me, I'll explain you. Now directly let us move on to the exercise. First question, they have given you triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF and area of both the triangles are given and one side EF is given. They asked you to find BC. Now if you check out the similarity criteria, EF is given and they asked you to find BC. Yes, very well, they are corresponding sides. So direct application of the previous theorem, we know area of triangle ABC divided by area of triangle DEF is going to be corresponding sides, square of their corresponding sides. So BC, we need BC. So BC divided by EF the whole square, right? What is area of by the theorem? And since triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF, we got this. Only if they are similar, we will get this. So what is area of ABC? 64. DEF is 121, right, which is equals to BC we don't know, EF is 15.4 the whole square. Yes, and if we see the 64, 121 are perfect squares, so in this step itself we can bring the square to this side. So it will become square root of 64 by 121 is equals to BC by 15.4. So this implies 8 by 11 equals to BC by 15.4. So this implies BC is equals to cross multiply 8 into 15.4 divided by 11. Yes, so if we cancel 11 and 15.4, it is 14 times, so 1.4. So 8 into 1.4 is 11.2 centimeter, right? So BC is 11.2 centimeter. This is just a direct application of the theorem which we learnt right now. We know two areas, one side is known, other side we can easily find out. But only thing you have to check before applying the result is whether the side which is given and the side which is asked are corresponding sides or not. Only if they are corresponding sides, they will be in ratio, right? Hope you understood. Let us move on to the next question. It is given ABCD is a trapezium with AB parallel to CD and also given AB is twice CD and the diagonals intersect at the point O. These are all the things which is given in the question. I repeat, ABCD is a trapezium. The diagonals of the trapezium intersect at O with AB parallel to CD and side AB is twice CD. All these information are given in the question. They asked you to find the ratio of triangle AOB. AOB is this triangle. Ratio of this triangle to COD. COD is this triangle. Right? They asked you to find the ratio of areas of triangles AOB and COD. So, if we want to apply the theorem what we learnt based on areas of similar triangles, first we need to prove the two triangles are similar. So, if we prove the two triangles are similar, because this is our required thing, right? We can use the theorem, area of the similar triangles theorem we can use, and we can try to obtain the ratio. So, first let us try to prove these two triangles are similar. So, consider triangle AOB and COD. What are all the things we infer? Automatically this angle will be equal to this angle. Why? Vertically opposite angles are equal. Then what about this? We have solved a problem already based on trapezium. Do you remember in the previous exercise? This line is parallel to this. Therefore, this angle will be equal to this and this angle will be equal to this. Why? Alternate angles are equal. So, all the three angles in the two triangles are equal. Therefore, by AAA similarity criteria, the two triangles will become similar. Right? How will you write this? Angle AOB, right? So, AOB is equals to angle DOC, since vertically opposite angles are equal. Then angle, this angle, how will you write? CA or OAB. Angle OAB is equals to angle DCO. DCO, since alternate angles. Alternate angles are equal. Once we got two angle itself, that is enough. We can say by AA similarity criteria. Therefore, by, or else you can state the other one and you can state AAA similarity. By AA similarity criteria, triangle AOB is similar to triangle COD. Is similar to triangle COD. Therefore, by the theorem, what we know? Area of AOB divided by area of COD is equal to their corresponding sides, square of the ratio of their corresponding sides. What side? If I am going to take AB from this triangle divided by CD from this triangle, the whole square. Why are we written AB by CD? Why we didn't take AOC, DOOB? Because we know some information about AB and CD. So that's why we have taken that, right? So which is equals to AB can be written as 2CD, which is given in the question, divided by CD the whole square. So CD will get cancelled. So 2 square is 4 by 1. Therefore, area of triangle AOB is to area of triangle COD equals to 4:1. Therefore, the two triangles are in the ratio, areas of two triangles are in the ratio 4:1. Yes, hope you understood. It's a very easy proof. Let us move on to the next question. Now let us solve the next question. The next question is a trapezium ABCD, in which they have told about the two triangles ABC and BCD, right? The upper triangle and the lower triangle, and they have told you that AD intersects BC at O. We need to prove area of this triangle, area of ABC. Area of ABC divided by area of DBC will be equal to AO by DO. That's what we need to prove. So what are we going to do here is, first let us construct one perpendicular from A to the base. So let us name it as P. Similarly, we will construct another perpendicular from D to here, and we will call it as M. Right? Now what are we going to do is find the area of ABC and area of DBC. What is the area of ABC divided by area of DBC? What is area of a triangle? Half into base, which is BC, and what is our height? AP, divided by half into base is BC and the height is DM. So these two will get cancelled. So we got AP by DM. But we need to prove the ratio of these two triangles is AO by DO. But we got AP by DM. So what are we going to do now is we try to prove these two triangles are similar. Which two triangle? This part of the triangle and this part of the triangle are similar. If we prove these two triangles are similar, their corresponding sides will be in ratio, same ratio, right? Will be in same ratio. Therefore, instead of AP by DM, we can write AO by DO, and hence the result follows. So now our aim is to prove these two triangles are similar. Now we have considered the triangle AOP and DOC. Where is AOP? AOP and DOC. What we know? We know this angle will be equal to this angle since vertically opposite angles are equal. And what about these two angles? 90 degree by our construction, right? Therefore, by AA similarity criteria, these two triangles will become similar. So, by AA similarity criteria, these two triangles have become similar. If the triangles are similar, we know their corresponding sides will be in the same ratio. Therefore, AP by DM will be equals to AO by DO will be equal to OP or PO. PO divided by MO. Yes. But the thing which we need right now is this alone. So, this what we arrived already. Now, instead of AP by DM, we are going to substitute AO by DO. That is what we need to prove, right? And hence, area of triangle ABC divided by area of triangle DBC is AO by DO. Hence, we proved. Yes. Hope you understood. Let us move on to the next question now. The next question is, areas of two similar triangles are equal, which is given in the question. We need to prove those two triangles are congruent. Read the question properly. Two similar triangles have equal area, which means already two triangles are similar and their areas are equal. We need to prove the two triangles are congruent. It is not necessary that all similar triangles to be congruent, because for congruency we need the same size and the same shape. For similarity, it is enough if they have the same shape, size, the corresponding sides, it is enough if they are in the same ratio, right? So similarity does not imply congruency in all the way. But here they have given you certain condition. Their areas are equal and then they asked you to prove the triangles are congruent. This can be easily proved because the two triangles are similar. Therefore, what you know about their areas, since triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR, we know that area of ABC divided by area of PQR equal to squares of the ratios of their corresponding sides. So, AB by PQ the whole square, which is same as BC by QR the whole square, which is same as AC divided by PR the whole square, right? But according to the question, area of ABC is equals to area of PQR, right? So this implies, what is the ratio? Area of ABC divided by area of PQR will be equals to 1, right? If I bring it to the other side, it will be 1. So substitute this in 1. Substituting in 1, we get AB by PQ the whole square, which is equals to BC by QR the whole square, which is equal to AC by PR the whole square equals to 1. So we got everything equals to 1. Now equate everything separately to 1. What will happen? See, AB square by AB by PQ the whole square equals to 1. So if you square go to that side, it will become square root. Square root of 1 is also 1. Therefore AB equal to PQ. Similarly the other sides, and hence we got all the corresponding sides are equal. We have various congruency criteria, right? In that we have SSS congruency criteria also. We have learnt in class 9. Therefore by SSS congruency criteria, the two triangles have become congruent. Don't confuse yourself with similarity and congruency. Even the symbols here, if you put only that tilde symbol, it will become similarity only. So congruency, you have to put two lines below it. Therefore the two triangles have become congruent, and hence we proved. Yes, hope you understood. What we did, we have just applied the theorem, areas of similar triangles theorem, and we have used the constraint which is given in the question. Yes, let us move on to the next question now. Now let us move on to the next question. It is given D, E, F are respectively the midpoints of the sides AB, BC and CA of triangle ABC. D, E, F. The figure is not given in the textbook. ABC is a triangle. D, E, F are the midpoints of the sides AB, BC and CA respectively. We need to prove area of DEF, the middle triangle, this area, the ratio of this area and the full triangle's area. We need to find the ratio of this middle triangle and the ratio of the entire triangle, right? So that's what we need to find. First, what are we going to do is, let us compare the area of this triangle and the full triangle. Similarly, these three triangles we find. How are we going to find the area of this middle triangle? We can find the area of the middlemost triangle by subtracting the remaining three areas from the bigger triangle. Yes, we can get the area of the middle triangle. So that's what we are going to do it now. Now come back to the proof. D and E are the midpoints of AB and BC. It is given in the question. Since D and E are midpoints of AB and BC respectively, immediately what theorem will strike your mind? By midpoint theorem, what we know? We learnt in class 9. By midpoint theorem, what we know? This DE will be parallel to AC, DE is parallel to AC and DE will be a half of AC. Hope you remember. A line passing through the midpoints of two sides of a triangle will be parallel to the third side and it will be half of the third side. That's what we learnt. Yes. So DE is parallel to AC and DE will be half of AC. Now try to compare this triangle BED and with the entire triangle ABC. So in triangle BED and triangle BAC, what are all the things we infer? See, angle B is common, right? Angle B is equals to angle B, which is common angle. And since this line is parallel to this, what about this angle and this angle? These two are corresponding angles. Corresponding angles will be equal, right? Since DE is parallel to EC, we are starting with this angle, the immediate angle we left and the next angle. These two angles are corresponding angles. So angle BDE will be equals to angle BAC, since corresponding angles are equal. Therefore, by AA similarity, criteria, triangle BED is similar to triangle B. D only corresponds to A, right? So BCA. Triangle BED is similar to triangle BCA. So immediately what you know about their areas? Area of triangle BED divided by area of triangle BCA is equals to, we know square of the ratios of their corresponding sides. So since we know DE and AC, we will write DE by AC the whole square. But what is DE? Half of AC divided by AC the whole square. AC will get cancelled. So 1 by 4. Or area of triangle BED is equals to 1 by 4 times area of BCA. This is what we obtain. Right? So area of BED is 1/4 of the area of the full triangle. This area is 1/4 of the area of the full triangle. Similarly, we can prove area of this triangle will be 1/4 of the area of this full triangle. Similarly, area of this triangle is going to be 1/4 of the area of the full triangle by considering the remaining lines. This is parallel to AB, and by considering DF is parallel to BC. If we consider, similarly we can prove the area of, we can find the area of these smaller triangles. Then as I told you, area of DEF can be obtained by adding all the three and subtracting from the bigger area. We will come to know what is area of DEF. Then we can find the ratio of DEF to ABC easily. So similarly, as we discussed now, we can prove these two. So from 1, 2 and 3, what we will infer? Area of ABC, triangle ABC can be obtained, DEF can be obtained by subtracting the remaining 3 triangles area from the bigger triangle, right? But we know area of BED is nothing but 1 by 4 area of triangle BCA plus these two we have substituted. But since we are talking about only the area of these 3 triangles, the order in which we write the vertices doesn't matter. If we speak about the correspondence, if we speak about the similarity, if we speak about the congruency, in which order it corresponds is very, very important. But when we talk about the area of the triangle ABC or BCA or CBA, in whichever order the vertices we take, the area does not going to differ. The area is going to remain same. So at this stage, area of BCA is same as area of ABC, area of CBA. All these 3 are equal. So you can write it as ABC itself, right? 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4, it will become 3 by 4. So if you subtract, you will get 1 by 4 area of triangle ABC. Therefore, area of triangle DEF divided by area of triangle ABC is 1 by 4, or else the ratio is 1:4. Yes, thus we found the answer. So what we did in this problem, we have used midpoint theorem and we tried to prove this triangle is similar to the bigger triangle. Then only we can use the area of similar triangles theorem. After using that theorem, we obtained the relationship between the area of this BDE with area of ABC. Similarly, we obtained the relationship of this smaller triangle with the bigger triangle. Then we found the area of this middle triangle by eliminating these 3 areas from the bigger triangle. Yes, hope you understood. Now let us move on to the next question. Prove that ratio of the areas of 2 similar triangles is equal to the square of the ratio of their corresponding medians. So this problem we have done similar like the problems which we done in previous exercise, where we proved the corresponding sides ratio same as the median. We tried to prove the ratio instead of their sides, we have made it as a ratio of their medians in the last exercise. So the same proof if you follow here, you will come to know at one stage instead of their sides you can replace it with the median. Hope you remember in the previous exercise we have done problems. We tried to prove the similarity between the median made triangle and the entire triangle, and once the similarity is proved, instead of the sides we can replace it with the median. and therefore automatically the proof follows, because areas ratio will be equal to squares of the ratio of their sides. In the place of sides you can replace it with the median. So I am leaving this problem to you. Do this. If you have doubts, ask me. Now let us move on to the last question. Seventh question. Prove that area of an equilateral triangle described on one side of a square is equal to the half the area of the equilateral triangle described on one of its diagonals. So what is given? There is a square ABCD. There is one equilateral triangle which is described on any one side of the square. Therefore all the three sides will be AAA if suppose AB is A. And another equilateral triangle is described on its diagonal. If the side of a square is A, what about its diagonal? Root 2A. How? By Pythagoras theorem, right? Each angle is 90 degree. How you will find the hypotenuse? Sum of the squares of the other two sides. So A square plus A square. Square root of A square plus A square. So it will become root 2A square. So when you take A square out of the square root, you will get A. So root 2A. Hope you understood. This is by Pythagoras theorem. Diagonal of a square is root 2A. So this is another equilateral triangle which is described. Therefore this is also root 2A. This is also root 2A. Right? We have two equilateral triangles now. And we know each angle in an equilateral triangle is 60 degree. Therefore the corresponding angles are equal. So automatically triangle ABE will become similar to triangle BCF. Right? Now we need to prove the ratio of their areas. So what will happen? Area of ABE divided by area of BCF will be equals to, right, will be equal to their corresponding sides ratio, square of their corresponding sides. All the side is going to be A only here. Here it is going to be root 2A the whole square. So it will become A square divided by root 2 into root 2 is 2A square. So A square will get cancelled. So it is half. Thus we proved the ratio is half, which is nothing but area of the triangle described on one side of the square is half the area of the equilateral triangle described on its diagonal. Yes, I have given you just the clue, but you have to do it as a homework in a detailed manner. You have to explain it in a detailed manner as I explained you in words right now. You have to write the side of the square B, A. And then AB is an equilateral triangle. Each angle will be 60 degree. Everything you have to explain in words. I have given you a clue how to solve the problem, right? So this problem is also homework for you. So with this, let us wind up today's class. Homework is exercise. So exercise 6.4, question number 6, 7, 8, 9, you do it as homework, right? And 8 and 9 can also be easily arrived. So I am leaving it to you. So try solving it. Don't simply copy down whatever I am explaining here. So I want you to try. That's why I am leaving these problems. And I have given you all the clues to solve the problems. 8 and 9 is also easy. So try it. But if you don't get it, kindly don't hesitate to ask me. Ping me up immediately. I am available to clarify all your doubts. Okay. Thank you, students.